Hello, welcome back. My name's Hope. If you don't know me, I'm 25. I live in Oregon. I love books, and I'm working on my debut novel. This is actually the third video that I'm filming today. We're having a snowstorm. I figured I would get a couple videos out of the way. Yes, I am wearing the same shirt. I didn't want to try to trick you or anything. Let's change my shirt every video. It's not that big of a deal to me. For this one, I want to talk about books that I really just didn't care for. Now, because I didn't really care for them, I don't have them anymore. So I'm going to just insert a photo of the book when I go through and edit. So editing, Hope, add these pictures, please. um, the first one I want to talk about is Credence by Penelope Douglas. Let's just say I can't get past they're not related. I tried to pass the book along to one of my sisters, and she was like, "Oh, you don't want that?" She has several of other books of Penelope Douglas's like work. And I said, "No, I don't think I'll ever read that again." And she was curious, so I kind of told her a little bit, and she was appalled. And she like, "Don't give me that book. I will not read that." So I had to get rid of it. Another book I want to talk about is The Teacher by Frida McFadden. And with this one, I just couldn't get over I don't I didn't like the teacher student like I don't know, the age gap, I don't know. Something about like it just wasn't my favorite thing. I will say I did rate it I think 3 stars. The plot twist, as Frida McFadden always does in her books, the plot twist I did not expect and actually pulled, I was going to give it 2 stars. Actually pulled it up and gave it another star for me. So I enjoyed it, but I don't think I would read it again, which is why it's in my stack out there to give to somebody else. The third book I want to talk about is called Pen Pal. This one is interesting to talk about because when I purchased the book, it had like dark black sprayed edges and writing on the edges of the page that said, "I will wait forever for you," or something like that. And I thought that was interesting. I picked up the book and was kind of appalled because the cover was a shirtless man, and none of my books have that. Um, but I was curious and I wanted to read it, so I bought it, and it was the only book that I had on my shelf that was cover was like that, which is fine. I read the book at the same time my sister did. She finished it first, and she was like, "I don't know how to feel about that." So I finished it, and then we talked about it, and so much so much happened that's just like like sort of confusing, but like what do you mean that's what I spent my time reading all of those pages, and that's what the ending is like? It's just I don't think I'd read that again. Yeah, I won't read that again. Next, I want to talk about one called Once You're Mine, and the second one I think is called Now You're Mine. I actually gifted these to a friend recently because I saw as a Goodreads notification that she marked them as want to read, and I had read them and decided that I would not be reading them again, so I mailed them to her, and she was very thankful and very excited, but even she now is having issues getting through the book. Um, I think I picked up the book actually because it was somebody teased it on a TikTok where they were talking about one of the like spicy scenes, and honestly piqued my interest, and I was like, "Oh, okay, let's see what that's about." It was okay. Um I think the second one was better. So if you're interested in that, um I think if you can make it through the first one, I enjoyed the second one more than the first one. This one I want to talk about is actually one I finished recently. It's called One Day in December, and it's about this girl who's sitting at a bus stop, and she's on the bus, and it stops at a bus stop, and she sees this guy outside, and she like love at first sight, but he doesn't get on the bus, and she doesn't see him again, but she spends like the next several years thinking about him and like wanting to see him again, and then her best friend introduces her to her new boyfriend, and it's the guy from the bus stop. I just didn't like this book because the entirety of the book is just lack of communication. And I think the no communication trope is probably like one of my least favorite. Like if you would just talk about it, none of these problems would have happened. The last one I want to mention is called We Were Liars. Um I think I had a lot of hope for this one, especially cuz there was a second one that came out, but I didn't even read the second one. Nope. The I didn't like it that much. I didn't like that book at all because now that I think about it, I can't remember a single thing about it besides the fact that I felt that there was no plot when I read the book. I did not like that book. And I'm kind of disappointed because I had high hopes for that one. But I can't even recall a single thing about it. I just know I did not like that. So those were a couple books that I can recall that I just did not really care for. If you liked any of those books or any of those were your favorite, that is totally okay. Um, Art like that is subjective, so somebody can like it, somebody can not care for it, somebody can absolutely hate it. But one of the things that we are so thankful to have in this world is choice and opinion. And as long as we're able to respect that everybody has different opinions, then we're totally good. Um, Credence is the big one too because I've seen people actually like full on get tattoos that say like Credence or like a quote from Credence, and I would never. Um, but that's totally okay. Totally okay. Um, my favorite book is definitely not my sister's favorite book. Um, and that's okay. But thank you for watching. If you agree, let me know in the comments. Um, I'll see you next time.